how much of this week has been able to serve as a nice little reset and get back to fundamentals of the game again?
It's very important. I think people don't understand that we've probably been together only for a month. I don't even think it's been 30 days. And we played 11 games in 20 days. I think that's super tough to do. So just being able to spend time with each other, and then also just take a deep breath. I feel like we haven't had a chance to take a deep breath yet. And I think this week just kind of let us take a full deep breath and just put everything in perspective. And also I think what's important is that we have grace. You know what I mean? Have grace for each other, that this situation that we've been in is one of a kind. I think it happened one other time. So like we can't be so hard on ourselves. Although the world is watching us and the world has their own opinion, but at the end of the day, as long as in-house understand what's important, I think everything will be fine. So this week was definitely super important for us.
As much as it was physical rest, how much mentally? Like it's just mentally draining the last 3 weeks have probably been, right?
Absolutely. I think it's more mentally draining than physically, honestly, because it's at the end of the day you're competitive and your mindset when you don't see wins, calculating, it kind of messes with your brain a little bit, but. At the end of the day, so we have a job to do. We have to flip the page very quickly within that time frame, and that's what we did. I think we did a fairly okay job with what we had.
What have you guys been stressing these last couple of days as you finally got to practice at game speed?
Honestly, it haven't even been about basketball. It's just really about like take a breather, rest, stay off social media, don't be in the gym, like really take the break so you can really feel refreshed when it's time to get back in the gym.
How do you kind of as a leader maybe teach some of the young players on the team about that, like that rest and that, just kind of taking a break or, just getting yourself right, get back out there?
Honestly, as a vet, I've never experienced nothing like this, so I think it was fairly new for everybody. But I mean, just having a mentality of just being a vet and older, just being more experiences, you have to take that breather. You have to put your phone down. You have to tell your family, like, I just need this time to myself, because that was a lot. That was not easy. And I tell people, had we not had charter flights, this would have probably been 10 times harder.
I was going to say, to that end, it's one thing if it's noise, you can block out TV or whatever. Oftentimes people don't realize you're probably getting texts from friends and family about those same stories to react to. So you do have to tell them probably that, hey, leave me alone here if it's basketball related.
Well, for me, I don't answer my phone. I see a family member text me. One of my family members has been left on rest since last week. And they understand me.
Cold.
But if you understand what I do in my job, you won't take it personal. It's the ones that don't know that this is just not a basketball game. And most people feel like, oh, it's just a game, you'll win later. And no, this is our job, we competitive, we want to win. So the people who think like that don't even get a response from me because you don't understand my job. So if you are mad, I really don't care.
Is part of it too trying to find the fun in the game again too that can get lost in what you just experienced?
Yeah, I think you can definitely lose the fun in it, but I think oftentimes like that's the part when you find, you come closer, you stay together, because nobody likes losing. There's no fun in that. There's no joy in that. So I think that's when you come together more as a family and stick together and kind of just lift each other up within, because like I said, we've been spending time with each other for the past 30 days. That has been very crucial.
About the team dinner, appreciate you posting that and showing that off, but what was your biggest takeaway about probably just outside basketball, getting to know your teammates better?
I mean, one, we love free food. We're not going to ever say no to that. But I think it was just good for us to just kind of like spend time with each other, like just calm it down and just really have this regular conversation, not much about basketball. And people don't know that we haven't had time to spend with each other like off the court. So it's kind of hard to building bonds within the game and within practice, because when we are here, we leave the next day, there's no real time to spend time with your teammates. So that's been the part that's been super hard, that from my experience, being in the league 9 years, I was able to spend time with my teammates before certain things, but we haven't had time. It's game, travel back home, game, travel back home. I don't want to spend time with my teammates when I have my little free time for myself, so I think that's been the biggest challenge. Have we spent time with each other? I think it will be a lot lighter than what it's been, because it is heavy.
We heard you guys kind of near the end of the practice there talking about trying to make a push for the playoffs. Just as a leader, as a vet, how are you kind of helping guide that and make sure you're taking the right steps to get there?
I mean, that's what the coaches, just listen to what the coaches telling us, and it's executing the things that we need to execute. I think this stretch we have a little bit of break, these games are a little spaced out, so I think the time of it is giving us, we're getting grace on that. So I think just have to get these games that's far apart. We got to get these games. We can't let these games slip away from us.
How much have you just been looking forward to what Friday will mean for you and your family?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think, Carly and I are both in a place in our career where this is a really special moment for us, and I'm just excited to be here.
It's been a few years since you guys played against each other. Just what do you remember from those couple of matchups? I believe it was 2021 the last time you were on the court together.
Yeah, I mean, that one was really weird. I feel like that might have been our first one for sure that we were both playing and being able to go against each other. It's just a weird feeling after playing with her so much. Being on her team, just whenever we match up against each other, it just always has that weird feeling to it, but it's always good, it's always competitive, we both want to win.
What's it like in these days leading up to the game? Are you guys talking a lot? Is it no contact? What is that?
No, we're definitely talking. We're talking mostly about when we're going to see each other. We're flying tonight, so trying to find out when we're going to meet up.
How much can this last week kind of now be a reset for you guys after now getting ample practice time?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think we really came to work these past 2 days. We really tried to get better, build on some things, actually rep a lot of stuff that's happening to us in the game, so it was nice to be able to break it down and just see the correct spots and build on it rather than just, okay, well now it's the next play in the game. So practice has been really good for us.
I saw that adorable video I think you posted with the kid on the court.
Yeah.
Have you gotten a routine or a schedule of how to make that work throughout a season and practice time, or is that in progress?
I mean, it's still in progress. Trying to find people to watch her as much as I can. I bring her in a lot, especially whenever I'm in here by myself. I usually just bring her and let her roam around as much as I do. The fever's really great about me bringing her in as much as I can, but at practice time, I feel like we've gotten a good schedule down of having her being watched. She doesn't have to be here.
You guys will have a couple games on the road together. You had a team dinner. How much of that team bonding have you felt like you've missed out on over this first month of the season?
A lot. I think it's just, we were just showing up every day trying to make it through and showing up, okay, now it's another game. Now we need to get rest. It's hard to expect to try to do team bonding, expect to try to do stuff when, your players need to get as much rest as possible because we play the next day. So this week has been really fun. I can tell that, we've had some good times, some different stuff we've done, and it's been a lot of fun to just get to actually build that chemistry and stuff that's off the court.
On another note, we saw where Gino got an extension. Are you surprised at all? He's still coaching these days, or is he going to be a lifer?
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's I think what's he going to do if he retires? Right. So I can just see him coaching.
Bounce around the W to see all you play.
Yeah, exactly. Then he'll have some more time to travel, I guess, but I can absolutely imagine coaching for as long as he possibly can.
And what you remember was just playing against Carly, is there a lot of trash talking, either on the court or maybe after the game, depending on who wins?
Not really. I don't think either of us are much of trash talkers in general. So, we'll clearly acknowledge each other on the court. Before the game, we joke with each other not to score on each other, so we'll see how that goes. But it's just fun to experience this and be a part of it.
We heard you guys talking about that playoff push kind of there near the end of practice. Just as a veteran and a leader on this team, how do you kind of make sure the mindset is right and the focus is clear to maybe get toward that goal?
Yeah, I think we just got to take it day by day, game by game. Making sure that we know we need to be better than what we were after the start of the season, but understanding that it was a really tough schedule, a really tough start, a lot of road games, and so building from here and being a voice to just take it that one game at a time. We can't make the playoffs if we don't take care of business tomorrow.
Do you have any memorable stories from your youth of battling it out on the driveway or anything like that stands out?
Yeah, I mean, we played one-on-one always growing up, and almost always it ended in a fight somehow or another. One of us fouling each other too hard, so my dad would always have to just call the game. We weren't ever allowed to keep score. We weren't allowed to go to certain points because we would just get so angry and frustrated. Now we can play and train, and it's much more cordial, and now trying to just get better.
And now it's probably also nice to have someone you can always talk about the league with, talk about what you're going through, changes, things you'd want to see.
I talk to her every day. I talk to her after every single game. We both talked about our games, what we saw. Just having that person that's in there and experiencing it is really nice. Especially someone on the outside of your actual team. It's nice to be able to fully count on her and break down the game with her.
Are you usually training with her in the off season?
Yeah, as much as when we're not playing overseas or when she's not playing. If we're both home, then yeah, we're always training.